I can't write that.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to Game 1 of the NBA season, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Legit Smith.
Man, it's been a long summer.
I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. We have been waiting for this day for a long...
Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happy. Fans out there, the one and only Kobe Bryant's going to join us for this portion. The broadcast. Kobe, what a great honor to have you with us. Thanks for stopping by.
No, happy to stop by. Thanks for having me.
You might have a career in broadcasting, though.
I'm good. I'm good.
No chance, huh?
No, thank you.
I'm glad we've got you tonight. It's the Los Angeles Clippers taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So for the Clippers right now, Lucas is out there with Gobert. Then it's Thomas. Then it's Jones. And it's James in at the small forward position. Here's Griffin and the... slam by Blake Griffin.
And that's the trademark Griffin finish. Get in tight, elevate, and throw it down with authority. Big fella is a beast down low.
Now here's James. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
It's his first trip to the line.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
Kobe, you're a father. You've enjoyed that process, but basketball got in the way a lot of it. How do you balance fatherhood and playing at the level you played at?
Yeah, when I was winning championships there, our kids were still relatively young, or I should say babies. In my last few years, they were older and knew they could really feel my absence. And so what I try to do is try to bring them along for the process. So there were mornings I would wake them up and say, let's go. So we're going. Well, Daddy's going to go train, so let's go.
No kidding.
And I bring them with me. And they'd be in the gym shooting around or kicking a soccer ball around or hitting a volleyball around. And I felt like it was important as a father to not just tell them about hard work, but they need to see what I'm doing. When you're sleeping, this is what I'm doing here for 3 hours. And so they're a part of the process and feel connected to the process. But traveling and things of that nature is very, very hard. There's been plenty of birthdays that I've missed and school plays that I've missed.
They get it back. Thomas with the steal. He dishes it to Lucas. Thomas kicks to James. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And it's sent back by Horford.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
Curry gets the bucket. You look back to the final game as a player, Kobe, all the emotion that was building up for that moment. Then you go out and score 60 points. Surreal moment. Did you ever think for any moment that maybe I've got 1 year left in the tank after that 60-point performance?
You know what? It wasn't a matter if I had another year in the tank. It was just, I just don't want to do this anymore. You know, I wake up in the morning, my body's sore. You know, that 60-point game was everything I had left for that year. And to be able to have to, like, reboot that and reset the system all over again, no thank you.
People don't see that side.
Being entertained and coming to a game and taking their mind off of whatever it is they want to take their mind off of. It's an opportunity for them to escape. And that's what we provide. So that's completely fine.
Really, for a guy like yourself who made an incredible amount of three-point shots during your career, what is it like watching Steph Curry? Just how much has he changed the league? It was always watching the dunks of Jordan. Now we got kids that want to shoot the ball from distance.
Yeah. Shooting the ball from distance now has kind of become like a home run in baseball, right? Where it's exciting to watch the ball in flight. I think it's great because it just adds more love to the game, more things that players could do or kids can do that can't dunk. Right? It's like dunking was the thing, right? But now for kids that can't dunk, there's something else that's fun. There's something else that's entertaining, like shooting threes.
That's boy, that takes a lot of work.
Yeah, it sure does. I mean, it's a lot of
hundreds of shots daily.
Yeah, and it's a lot of repetition. And, you know, Steph, you watch him out there playing and making all these shots. He's put in hours and hours and hours of hard work.
If you were coming into the league right now, would you try to lean more in that direction than the incredible acrobat that you were when you were in your prime?
It depends who I was playing against. You know, I try to build my game to be able to do all those things.
And you could. I mean, you're like one of the few guys that could do all this.
Yeah, so it just depended on who I was matching up against, which determines then how I would try to punish the defense.
I like that word.
Yeah. I was trying to think of a softer one. I was like, hey, no, punish is a good one.
You're honest. A platoon swap here for the...
Equipment, go right there. Right there.
Lakers. Clippers trail by 4. But you got to play against some great defenders in the NBA like Draymond Green of Golden State and others. What are some of the things that, I mentioned Draymond Green, that he does as a player that you think separates him from the rest of the defensive guys in the league?
He does his research. He does his homework.
You can tell.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can tell. When you watch him play, he puts himself in position before the offensive player even attacks. And how does he know that? Because he's watching film, he studies, he knows the player's tendencies. And so when you mix in the research to go along with his frame and the quick hands and the foot speed, then you have a defensive player that's a force.
Jones against Porter. Iguodala setting the pick for Jones. Pass to O'Quinn. Beasley the screen. Fires for 3. No good. Shot missing. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. He'll go to David Aldridge, who spoke.
Oh, goodness. Wow. Crazy. And James simply one of the best dunkers in NBA history, I have to say. Highly creative in how he throws it down.
Outside Williams. Now, here's O'Quinn. Lopez covering. Here's Beasley. That one goes in. Beasley's got his first points of the game. Clippers trail by 6. The dish now to James. Screen by Grant. Levine for 3. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
The best laid plans, right? Well, I tell you right there, though, that's one they'll take every single time.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. There's a good screen. Levine kicks to LeBron. 6 on the shot clock. And O'Quinn sends it back. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And Blake Griffin grew up playing the game alongside his older brother. His dad.
You know, watching him kind of go through the process of he started to get, you know, recruited by college coaches, and then he, you know, really took his game and
Well, talking about taken the right course. We know that the older brother of Blake Griffin, 3 years older, you know, he played, as did Blake, for their dad Tommy in high school, and they were terrific high school players and 4-time state champions.
I mean, it always helps to have a big brother who's kind of been there and done that and can share those experiences with you. Doesn't hurt to have a dad also who's a pro player either, and also a college coach.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Yeah, it didn't take them long to get that transition game going.
Well, this roster is built for guys with speed. They're running the floor hard in the first quarter.
Taking a look at Los Angeles, they've got LeBron James. Grant is out there with Brook Lopez. Then there's Porter, and it's Levine in at the 2 spot. Under the leadership of Commissioner Adam Silver, the league, Kobe, has been proactive, looking to improve the game. What are some changes you'd like to see coming up in the future?
well, more physical play. That's one of the things I think, it just drives me crazy.
You never shied away from physical play.
Well, no, I mean, this is the NBA, right? So I always look at the NBA as another level of play, another level of physicality. It's not the same calls that are being called in high school or being called in college. This is another level. And it certainly used to be that way. Now there's a lot of little touchy fouls here and there that I'd rather see not be a part of the game.
That has changed, hasn't it?
Oh, my goodness. In Europe, the game is actually more physical. Think about that for a second.
Wow. Here is Porter following the bucket by the Lakers. Got a piece of it. Iguodala dishes to Jones, and he gets the bucket.
And offensively, they've done a great job here of staying in rhythm.
Yeah, of the two teams, they're taking the more makeable shots. Let's see if they can sustain it throughout the game.
And the Lakers with some changes. Al Horford, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Gordon Hayward comes in for Andre Iguodala. And DeMar DeRozan subbed in for Williams. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Lopez. Lucas comes in for Grant. Jones checked in for LeBron. And Isaiah Thomas is subbed in for Levine. Here's Jones. Isaiah Thomas picking up that last basket. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Now with this break, let's check out just how the rebounding has been divided up in this game between the front and back court for the Lakers.
And it's been the bigs doing most of the work on the glass, and really no surprise there. That's what you pay those guys for, to control that paint and haul in those misses.
So, timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
Man, this is a joke. I mean, there's been some glimpses of hope, but they've been few and far between.
Well, Kobe, more and more front offices around the NBA embracing analytics. At the same time, a lot of veteran executives who have kind of the old-time group have been somewhat critical of that approach. Which side do you take on that?
Well, I mean, I think there's use for analytics. You know, what they do is they tell you what's happening or what's happening. But you still need the keen eye to be able to understand why they happen. And that's what numbers can't tell you.
Put some meaning in back of the numbers.
Exactly, yeah. Right? It's tough to understand if you see a player shooting this percentage. You know, there's first 5 games of the season, he shot X. The last 3 games, he shot Y. And you don't understand why. The numbers will tell you that. But maybe he had something going on at home that was bothering him emotionally. Right? And therefore, his focus was elsewhere. And so his shooting percentage went down. Right? The numbers don't show you that. It doesn't show you the emotion of a player.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Curry comes in for Jones. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. With the break in the action, we've got a chance now to look at last year's top rebounders. Fourth, Rudy Gobert.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
Well, it seems like with more threes and more skill-based play, the league is adapting more of a European style of play. You grew up in Italy, Kobe. You know about that style. You appreciated that style. How did that impact your personal development as a player?
Well, tremendously. I mean, if you look at the era in which I grew up in Italy, you look at the players that came out of it. It's myself, Pau Gasol, Manu Ginobili. I mean, there's a lot of players that grew up in that same time frame that play the game fundamentally sound, because I think all the coaches here in America are doing camps and clinics for coaches overseas.
Like Hubie Brown, right?
Exactly.
He always go overseas in the summer. Yeah.
Exactly. And so we were products of that teaching. So all of our coaches growing up were implementing the fundamentals and the basics of the game taught by these